I was postpartum and bloated and breastfeeding. Just because you have a baby doesn't mean you can't care about the dumb shit you care about.
You never took yourself too seriously.
That's why my name is Not Skinny But Not Fat.
You're talking about people's personal business.
I'd get like a message from the person I was talking about being like, could you please not? And I'd
Oh
feel
my
so bad.
What is a show you want to quit but can't?
Oh my God, I said it.
Welcome back to another episode of Not Alone. I am still reporting from New York. Been having an amazing time here. I gotta say, those little work trips are one of the things I love most because I'm able to disconnect from everything that's going on at home. I didn't speak with my kids today. Like, that's just how it is. Yesterday, I think I spoke to them at night. I don't have this feeling or anxiety anymore of like, I need to be on top of everything. I trust Gary, who's a grown-ass man, and Rebecca, who is our amazing nanny, to take care of things. I know my mom is there. So, you know what? I just let them be. Let them figure it out. Where before, I didn't really trust they'll know what to do. So this is also the magic of being a working mom for a long time. You start really letting people do what they need to do. I also always find it so funny and ironic how when I'm home, I want to be working, and when I'm working, I want to be home. Like, what is this female brain? And does it only happen to women? I need answers. I'm going to talk to my ChatGPT later. I got to sit down with Amanda Hirsch from Not Skinny But Not Fat, who is a brilliant podcaster and somebody who is able to talk about pop culture in an engaging way and to even make me interested because, as you guys know, I am so out of the loop and I feel like I get left out of so many conversations because I know nothing about nothing. So I was so eager to bring Amanda in to learn about her journey, but also just her approach when it comes to pop culture, because I think that there's this idea where, you know, it's gossip and it's kind of information that you feel like I don't have enough brain capacity for. But then also, if you live in North America, you can't deny the fact that everybody's talking about the celebrities, the reality shows, the breakups. This episode is going to be a lot of yapping, a lot of laughter. She told me who her dream guest is. She told me about some of her most embarrassing moments when it comes to her sitting down with celebrities, which I'm going to think about at night, honestly, because that's my biggest fear, when you sit down with somebody and you say the wrong things and the energy just shifts in the room. So all the tea was spilled. Her mission is to make dumb bitches great again, and I feel like she made me a dumb bitch this episode, which means that I got to actually ease up and not talk about all the serious stuff and actually dive into some fun, lighthearted things that are happening in culture today. So let's go.
How long have you been gone from your kids?
No, it's been like 3 days.
And 3 boys, huh?
Yeah, they're older. So it's a little easier because they're so immersed in their own schedule.
But was it ever crazy?
100% it was crazy.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah. But I started with my career a little bit, like I already had the 2 and they were about 4 and 5. So I think the hardest time was when I already had my career and then the little one
came.
Yeah, the third one, yeah.
Did you want him to be a girl?
No.
Really? You wanted a third boy?
I never felt like I was meant to be
a girl mom?
Yeah. It's really weird.
You felt like you were a boy mom?
Always.
Really?
That's why I wasn't surprised. My mother was like doing all the things, went to all the freaking like witches, did
and you
all
told
these
her
spells.
I don't care?
I said I don't care, and she already had a name and everything.
No, my mom showed up to my gender reveal for Lenny, my second, with pink nail polish.
No,
I'm going to tell him when he like understands, like I'm going to be like, and by the way, my mom is also this like very like health first, like, and she'll even like do self-talk to be like, it doesn't matter. Like, health, like just healthy baby. And then she shows up with the pink nail polish. Like, are you okay?
It's a cover up. They always have an agenda.
We need
they
a little
always
girl.
want something. Yeah.
We need a little girl. And then I love like making her feel bad and being like, look at these lovely fucking grandchildren you have.
If the universe and God listened to you, we wouldn't have one of them.
Like make them feel really bad.
I mean, listen, the Jewish
really
guilt
bad.
is where it's at. I don't know about you. I want to let you know that you've been my narrator on my Instagram feed with anything to do with pop culture. I am the most removed
from it.
from it. Like, I have no idea what's going on in the world, but when I go through my feed and I see you, I'm like, okay, I feel like I know a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
which
the
is
important stuff.
just the important stuff.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I need to know, what's your like current obsession? Are you like obsessed with any shows, people?
So I feel like right now it's kind of like a dull time. You know what I mean? Like there's sometimes when there's like every reality show and you have to keep up with like Love is Blind, a Housewives franchise is back on, like Bravo, and then there's a new Netflix documentary. Oh, by the way, the Netflix documentary everybody needs to watch is Unknown Number. It's fucking insane.
You see, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Unknown number. Okay.
You need to all watch it. It's like my jaw was on the ground the entire. I was like, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. What was crazy was I was watching with my husband. I was like, is this not the wildest thing? And the fact that he didn't think it was that wild concerns me. I get like so shocked because that's the thing. Like when I tell you what to watch, like I'm not watching every like murder documentary or like I'm really watching the like.
But how do you handpick them?
I don't even know.
It's like intuitive.
It's like intuitive.
So he wasn't shocked by the story.
He was not shocked because he kind of loves like crime. Like he's more into that. I'm not
so
as
he's
into it.
desensitized.
Maybe he could watch like murders and he'll see stuff on TikTok or on YouTube. You know what I mean? I can't watch any of that stuff.
I mean, I feel like that's a whole other story. I'm trying to get my kids so far away from seeing all these videos because it's available everywhere and they're already at an age where their friends have phones. It's kind of crazy the kind of resilience they build when seeing these horrifying images. Like they're just, it doesn't affect them anymore.
Do they go on YouTube, your kids?
I mean, I see what they watch, but I'm sure that when they're with their friends that have phones, they watch other shit that I can't control. So I'm like always on this protect mode.
Yeah.
But I can't control anything,
I know.
unfortunately.
And YouTube is like so bad. It like jumps from one thing to the next. I'm like, no, I said this, but I didn't say this. And it like just jumps on over to the next video. It's not even like dangerous, violent, just like stupid.
No,
like please don't be watching like the stupid shit, and that's all I want to scream at home. I'm like, this is so stupid.
The problem is that if I react that way,
then he wants to watch it more.
Not only does he want to watch it more, then I'm like, I don't have street cred. You know what I mean? Because he's like, oh, you're such a mom, whatever. Where I need to keep this so sometimes they'll show me something and I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. And I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. But you have to fake it.
Okay.
You have to keep that connection going,
Yeah.
Do you have any monumental moment from your childhood or like young adult when you were obsessed with like pop culture, which you still are, I think.
Yeah.
Any like moments that are ingrained in your head? Because I have one that carried me for so many years when I think about celebrity gossip.
Yeah.
And for me was when Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears broke up. And I still think about it.
I know. And like her interview with Diane Sawyer that she made her cry, and the Cry Me a River video where the girl looked like Britney, and
there were so many layers to it.
So many layers and not enough media. Like we didn't have social media. We didn't have barely like blogs, right? To like talk about it.
I feel like people didn't dig enough and didn't ask the right questions.
Yeah.
So
like, what did you know why? We weren't like, Justin, what did you do? For some reason it was like Britney.
It was all on Britney.
It was all on our poor Brit. Well, I was a Britney numero uno, like know all the songs, all the dances, the choreography by heart, like wanted to be her, wanted her belly button, abs,
didn't we all?
That bod, like I just wanted to be her. That one is a good one. And also Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt, their divorce,
yes.
Billy Bob Thornton, the sex in the car on the way here, the blood vials. I mean, that was a fucking time. What couple would show up saying we had sex in the car on the way here?
Actually just watched the other day a video when they're on that red carpet and she's just like sucking his face. And I was
in
like,
a t-shirt, no bra, like.
And I was just looking at him like, we don't have that anymore.
No, we have
no one's giving us anything.
We have like the ones that like really tried hard to look like they came that rugged. You know what I mean?
Right.
If anything.
Right.
That it's a full like intention where they were just like stinky.
I think it was also the idea that you could only get access to them through these like tabloids or whatever. It wasn't what it is right now with social media.
Right.
So they felt like they had some freedom.
Right.
And now it's like they're all so scared of anything because
They're
someone can
all
pull a camera
so
at any moment.
scared and so media trained. I just did this thing the other day. It was with like famous actors. And I got my questions approved before, and it wasn't for the pod, it was for something else. And I kind of ad-libbed one thing. And nobody got mad at me, by the way, and nobody told me to take it out, but I could just tell on their faces that they were like, and also by their answers to this ad-lib thing, how scared they were to be caught saying something that wouldn't even have been that serious. But when I thought about it after, because I felt bad. I don't like putting anyone in like an uncomfortable position. But I was also like, I didn't expect them to react that way. It was just like I wanted them to talk about like a pop culture thing. And I think they were scared to say that they even know like a celeb couple is dating.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they don't want to be like written about in that way. And
I mean,
know...
and the cancel culture is so crazy and people spin things to so many different directions. I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
I would
but like
be...
also like have
like
some
don't
fun.
Give a shit.
Yeah, like Renee Rapp doesn't give a shit. There's some people that don't give a shit, that they say whatever, and we kind of love it. You know, there's a new reality show that I'm literally pushing. It's called Love Thy Nader. It's with these sisters, the Nader sisters. I just had one of them on the pod, and they are like old school. Don't give a fuck. Like one sister just told the press who the other sister is dating, and it's like a secret.
But so I know them, and I think they're super cool, very fun. I love Brooke. I'm going to join you and push the Nader sisters.
Let's push them.
Because she needs a movie.
We need that kind of entertainment. You know what I mean? The don't give a fuck for real, like, be all out there, say you want to be famous, don't pretend you don't. Like, that's what I love.
Love that.
You know what I mean? Because we get so many, I was just saying this, like, reality TV stars who are like, oh, and I never watched the show before I went on. Come on.
Just
so I
wrong
love the
place,
opposite.
wrong time. Yeah. And they got casted.
And they just mistake. They were in their inbox. So I love the opposite of like, no, we want to do this. Like, we want to be famous. We'll do what it takes. We'll go. We'll be out there.
So I heard that you wanted to be an actor. Was that a thing? Did you have a... Okay, tell me.
First of all, I think it came from like, I've always been obsessed with pop culture. Do you remember, like, I used to go with my mom to the supermarket and pick up the magazines at the aisle and get yelled at by the cashier. Like, you have to buy this. And I'm like, no, I don't. And I would, like, read. My mom would be like, buy the food you need. And I would be like, no, I need to read about Jennifer Aniston having triplets. Because it was all made up then, too. There would be, like, cover stories, but, like, lies.
That was our young adult literature back then.
That was it. So I loved pop culture so much and reading about celebrities and movies and what they're up to and relationships that I think I, like, assumed, like, that I love it so much, so I wanted to be like them, or I wanted to like do what they're doing. Like I was like, okay, that means I want to be an actress too. But I think the way I grew up was very like, you know, my mom's a single mom. We always knew the importance of like working, making money, like, so I always knew that I can like pursue that, but I'll always like do career first, making money first, jobs first. So I always kind of like tried. So I'd like take acting classes, and when I moved to Israel, that was my real like take a shot, because
how old were you?
It was after college.
Okay.
So I told agencies that I went to acting school here.
And they don't check.
They don't check. So I got into like good agencies, and I got sent on auditions, and because I speak English, I got some parts that were like English speaking.
Wait, in what shows?
So there was a show with Yehuda Levy. You know Yehuda Levy?
Of course.
So I played his like makeup artist on Ish Chashuv Meod. I don't know if you remember
Yes,
that.
I remember.
Yeah, so it was a big deal. We shot at U Towers. I felt like this is happening.
That's kind of crazy that you kind of had a shortcut, because you're just like, yeah, I studied there.
I studied
there.
And then
just started getting roles.
Think the way I look can be a little bit different than just typical Israeli, because it has more of the American look, and the English, a lot of times they were looking for fluent, just like
the accent and everything.
Right.
Yes.
So I did get kind of lucky in that way. So that was cool. I was like, I made it. Barafeli came up that day to say hi. I was like, okay, elite.
Oh my God.
And then I got this commercial that I don't know if you've ever seen. I'm like in the bath, and if you have Israeli friends, everybody
What
knows
was the
this
commercial for?
It's like, Menayin Anglit Shirima Ambatya. It's like this commercial for English school. and it went viral before there was like a viral. Like it went crazy. People made spoofs about it, and because it was just obvious it was an American girl pretending she learned English through this program you can do in the bath. It was like fucked up on so many levels. I made $1. But like it was another opportunity. So I was always going after things like on the side. Like the auditions for these things I did like on a lunch break from work. You know, like
What were you working?
In Israel?
Yeah, just
jobs.
whatever.
Just whatever. Whatever they needed like Americans for, English speakers. At that time I was a bookkeeper for like a nonprofit. And they taught me how to do it. I was like, I'm cute and fun, hire me.
I have the personality, just teach me the skills now.
I have the personality. I'll be fun on smoke breaks. Just like I'm here for the vibes, guys.
I still don't see you as a bookkeeper. This is hilarious.
And that's what I would tell people. That's funny you say that because I think I was like embarrassed by it because I always thought I would work at something cool. Mm-hmm. I think I had a Facebook status that once said, "Cool girl looking for cool profession." Yeah,
you
guys.
just put it out there.
I just put it
the way it is.
But that's the thing. I was putting it out there in that way. Like I was Delulu before there was Delulu. I was manifesting before it was manifesting. And you said I don't see you as a bookkeeper. That's what I would say. Even like we would apply for an apartment. The owner would be like, "Oh, what do you guys do?" I'd be like, "I'm a bookkeeper. It doesn't represent me though." I'm like, "We don't care. Like we just want to know you have a salary." I'm like, "But that's not who I am really. You can tell, right? Not a bookkeeper." So I think I always had this like, you're meant to do more. You're meant to be somebody, like just keep on trying at it. Mm-hmm. But again, in such a specific way, because again, my mom wasn't the mom that was like, "I'll come with you to follow your dreams." Like she was raising 2 other girls by herself.
Like figure your shit out. I can't support you.
Yeah, like
you need to make money.
You need to like care about your future.
Yeah.
So I always knew that if it was something like that, it would be a side hustle. But I always made sure to put some eggs in that basket, whether it was lying and getting an agent, signing up for auditions, sending a non-headshot to agencies to be like, "Amanda Hirsch seeking representation." I'm not joking. Those were emails out there. Like, and I look back, I'm like, seeking representation for what?
But you know what it is? Like, I see the superpower that you have is that you never, like, took yourself too seriously. Because that's where people really kind of fall apart.
Yeah.
Where there's, like, this is my life's mission, and I am going to be somebody. You're like, I can be anybody. Like, just let me play.
Let me play. Exactly. I'm like, actress in Israel, fine. Like,
you need your accounting done, no problem.
And you know, truly, I never thought it would go this way because who knew? I mean, social media didn't exist, and then it did, and then so I would never think it would happen in this way. But I also think like my energy was going towards something in this world, and then it went this way, which I'm so happy and proud and like elated. And I'm one of the only, I feel like I'm also one of the only people that I'm like really content. People love to say like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? You know, what's next? What's in 5 years, 10 years? And I'm like, I'm so content if I could keep doing what I'm doing and making a living from it and getting to spend time with my family and doing what I love. Like, yeah, I'm so motivated. I lay in bed at night thinking like, what's next? But I can also be like, no, I'm really fucking good with like what this is.
It actually takes so long for people to get there to, I remember I read this book, The Psychology of Money or something, and it was around money, but it was this story of this billionaire was making a speech and they were 2 other guys there also like super wealthy. And one of them says, "Don't you want to become like him, like have as much as he does?" And he's like, "No, because I have something he'll never have." And the guy's like, "What is it?" He said, "I have enough." You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not that I stop, but I also realize like this is enough.
Yeah.
And that's actually such a powerful kind of way to live, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think that's something that our environment fosters.
No.
We're always like,
more followers, more like people think I'm like dying to get to, you know, 1 million or dying to get to 2 million. It's like, no, I'm really not. Like I'm really, again, don't follow my advice because I think it's great. And that doesn't mean, by the way, I was saying before that I'm not motivated or think about my business or want to do more and get more guests and I do. But I can also say like, I'm really happy with where things are.
Yeah.
And of course you have your times in your day where you feel less than and you compare yourself to somebody else. Like everybody has that. But I think the goal should be to like not.
Amen.
Like the goal should be to not. And finding that line is hard, but I think it's important.
Okay, I see a book. I see a book in the future.
A book in the future for me.
Yes.
I know.
Where it's like, this is enough.
This is
I have enough.
A journal of a Delulu girl who thought she would be a bookkeeper. Like, by the way, when I started this account in 2016, I started it as, again, I told you, side hustle, side hobby, so I can like work my regular jobs, make money, and here I get to do what I love on the side.
So take me back though.
Yeah.
When did you start the account? Were you still in Israel and being an Israeli movie star, or did you already come back?
I moved at my peak. So at the peak of my Israeli stardom, my husband had just proposed to me because I met him in Israel on vacation. I stayed for 5 years. And then when he proposed, I was like, whoa, like I never said I want to like live here forever, stay here. So I suggested like after we get married, we try in New York. And we had a great life in Israel. Like we had fun. We had minuses in the bank because everybody does there. But we had fun. We were sliving. And I was like, let's move and let's try it. And he was good with that. And I think I got, we were talking a little bit about like mental health, like all of a sudden it came crashing down on me when we moved here. Like, whoa, like I took my Israeli husband here. I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to worry about him and like him finding himself here and not knowing anybody in the language and everything. So I think like everything came crashing down. Like I have this a lot in life where I hope I'm better at it now because I'm older, but I'm carefree about things going in and then it comes crashing down.
Right.
Now I'm a little bit the opposite. I overthink everything and then I'm like, oh, that was easy. So I think that's better preparing because my vibe before was, what? Like I'm going back to New York. I'm going to be huge. Like I'm going to do something huge. He'll be fine. And then it was like, whoa, this is too much.
But I mean, that's the both beauty and the curse of youth, right? You're just kind of like, oh, whatever.
Right.
Let's just go and do it.
Right.
I love that.
I know. You love that. But then if you're...
Until you can't
Until
sleep
you
at night.
can't. And I actually got really... Like, I've had anxiety throughout my life, but this time was like debilitating, kind of. It was like I'd take the subway and get a panic attack and in the tunnels, you know, and I wasn't even used to taking the subway. Like I was used to taking monichirut and, you know, a little, not even a bus, like a little van. That was
a van, yes.
That was the public transportation that I took. So I think I underestimated going on, even back to the subways where it's going underground and tons of people and for somebody a little anxious on the anxious side. So I was getting like panic attacks and feeling really down and feeling like, what did I do? Like, why did I come back? What have I done? And it was crashing down and the anxiety was bad. And out of that, the account was born because at the time I was following a lot of meme accounts. That's when memes were really big, just like those funny accounts on Instagram. And I was like, I want to open an account like completely anonymous and just like post funny things. And like, these are things that make me smile. And I also want to be part of that. So this wasn't even going in the direction of being Delulu or wanting to be famous or get in this world. This was actually born out of...
Like, here's a coping mechanism that will help me get through the day.
Exactly. And it started really being fun because it was like posting funny things, people tagging their friends, like, you know, getting some recognition, validation. That's how it started completely.
Did you see any other peers that you know in the industry? Because I know you're in New York, so when I think about kind of the OG meme accounts is like my therapist says, or those were right. Did you know that they are building like a media company when you were looking at those?
I was looking at it was my therapist says, Fat Jewish, Fuck Jerry, Girl with No Job. That's why my name is Not Skinny But Not Fat, because everybody had a name. Everybody had like this like playful, fun name at the time. So yeah, those were the accounts that I looked up to. Those were the accounts that would like take a meme from me and I'd be like, please credit me in the caption. Like literally, like tag me. Give me credit. Like I would get so hell-bent if I wrote something, another account took it and didn't tag me.
Yeah, that was I heard it's a whole war. But at what point did you realize, okay, there is something here that can be bigger?
Well, I started with memes, and then I think at one point I introduced myself kind of like, hello. I was like, you're not that egoless that you're going to be on, you know? Like, you want people to know you. stop pretending. So I introduced myself, and then it was kind of like a little bit more personal, but then I also didn't want to be talking about myself all day, and I love talking about celebrities and pop culture. So I kind of like introduced that to see if they would give a shit. And when they really did, it's like, great, like, let's keep talking about this. And I would go in depth about like what's going on with in Hollywood, pop culture, entertainment, movies, TV. I would recap. I was one of the first people to like watch a show and like, she's like nodding, watch a show and like show my reactions. Like, oh my God, this happened. Oh my God.
Wait, that which is a whole niche.
Which now is a niche, but this was like before 2020 that I was doing it.
Wow.
And on Instagram, and I was watching it in like an old Dell computer. Like, that's where I was watching my shows. I don't know why. And I would get like little bits of validation, like, because I was talking about Bravo, and then Bravo would like invite me to a little Bravo thing. Or so I was getting like a little bit of, okay, like people are noticing what you're doing, or at least like who you're talking about. They're noticing they're talking about them. And so was really, I can't tell you, I've gotten a lot better at like being business minded, but in those beginning years, I was kind of like going with wherever the wind blew me.
You're just happy to be around.
Happy to be there. And by the way, this is what I would say. I remember literally walking down the street, having conversations with my sister, who was like my number one fan and believer, where I was working 2 jobs and doing this account, not making $1. And she would be like, and sometimes I'd be like, ugh, like, you know, like nothing's happening from this. And she would say, you should talk me up. And I remember, you know, the way I would talk myself up would be, something will come of this. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a cool job opportunity. Maybe they offer me to come be a writer for Elite Daily or BuzzFeed. Like those were the hot places at the time that I couldn't get a job at with my resume that had only jobs in Israel.
They didn't appreciate your English course.
They didn't
commercial?
appreciate my commercial. They didn't appreciate being like, I have 100,000 followers on Instagram. I thought that was like my book. Like, here, look at everything I can do. So I was literally still applying for like jobs when I was at like 100,000 followers or whatever. But I remember always saying like, something will come of this, a connection, a personal thing, a job thing. You never fucking know.
No.
Especially like seeing social media at its kind of like inception or hype. And you saw like, wow, like you can get connected to like Drake. This isn't anymore like, oh, you could never in your life like talk to Leonardo DiCaprio. No, you might be able to talk to, you know, or the Kardashians or whoever. So I think that was the beginning of realizing like you could make these connections online. So I was very much believing like something will come, something will come, something will come.
Did you ever stop and think, or even got in your head around like, what is it about you and the way you speak and the way you bring forward these conversations that like people like?
I mean, not really. I didn't stop and think about it, but I think at the time, and could be that now people are like doing it because they know that it's like
that's
cool
what I'm saying, because now it's a bit more thought through.
But at the time, I think Instagram was very aesthetic too. Like everyone had like a grid. Remember, like the grid had to like,
like I had nightmares. I tried so hard to be the aesthetic girly.
Yeah, you did. So first of all, I think I know that I could never, so I didn't even approach it. So I was like an anti-aesthetic girl, you know, like when my account really took off is when I just had Noah, my son, and I was postpartum and bloated and booby and breastfeeding and gross and face to camera here. And just kind of like acted like I was talking to my sister, you know, and that's it. And nobody else was watching. And I think that was what got people into it. They
just saw like themselves.
Their friend.
In there.
They're
felt
their
comfortable.
friend. Yeah. Not anybody who's like trying to be hot or like even cute, even presentable, who lives in an apartment, who has her shit in the background, like, you know, I think now people are like try to put on that kind of thing. But then I think it was a little different because it was that time where people were trying to
I think it was a novelty too, right? You didn't see it as much. And it really kind of changed the way we were consuming information. Because all of a sudden it became this unserious thing.
Yeah. I mean, even today, my followers, which I love, by the way, you know, they think of me as them.
Yeah.
Like I'm one of them and they're like me and I love it. They'll tag me in giveaways sometimes. They're like, tag 20 friends to tag me. I'm like, great. I'm on
This
the
is
giveaway.
when you know your community is connected.
Yeah, it's like I'm on the giveaway list now. They're like, wait, how did you get into that restaurant? Like, let us know. Like, how'd you get in? Someone's like, okay, guys, like, I have like some fucking like status
Clout.
over here,
Yes.
some clout. But I love it. I love that they're like, we're the same, you know? And it's from like years. And again, it's like, I started in 2015, 16, and 2020 is kind of when it really kind of came together after I had Noah, which is why I always say, like, kids don't stop your shit.
Yes, but I also had a question for you because you talk about all the current events when it comes to social media, pop culture, reality TV, celebrities. I feel like when you have kids, it's so hard to keep up. It's like your brain has to prioritize.
Yeah.
So I need to know, and that's the reason why I don't consume anything. I'm like, I don't have space.
Yeah.
How did it change at all the way you kind of started consuming this information?
Not really. I mean, I assume that with the time, I'm just more picky about what I care about. And like, if I don't care about it, then I'm not going to post about it. I'm also my own person. So nobody is like, well, you have to post about this like 21-year-old pop culture couple that broke up. Like, if I don't care, then I won't, you know?
Right.
I remember I was so scared to have a kid because my business had not taken off yet. And because I, you know, all the fears. And when I decided that it's a go, I had a lot of conversations with myself, like, you're not going to change. Like, just because you have a baby doesn't mean you can't care about the dumb shit you care about. By the way, that's why I have merch that says you can be a mom and still be a dumb bitch.
I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand that we have a crisis going on right now of just like not caring about dumb shit. We care about like too much about important stuff. I feel like we need to
I
stop.
have a crisis. First of all, I'm going to send you a
It's a
sweatshirt.
pandemic.
It's a
you.
pandemic. But it was really like, you know, some people can get offended, like, dumb bitch. It's more like caring about the dumb shit. And it's like, okay, just because you're a mom and you're prioritizing all the things and your kids and them being fed, and you can still be like, I really care that Sean and Nina broke up. Do you even know who those are?
No. Did
Shut
they break
up.
up?
They did.
Oh, I hope they're okay.
Sean White, you know who he is?
Oh my God, I do. He skates.
Right? Snow skates, whatever.
And Nina is an actress.
He's like on
He's
on
a
skates.
skater boy.
And Nina Dobrev, so you
Didn't
know.
they just get engaged?
And
Which I know because of you.
So it's very shocking that they just are done.
Okay, so when that happens,
I'm like,
do
I'm
you
at
have like
home?
a week of investigative work? Like, how does that work?
No. First of all, I don't even really go down that route anymore. I think when I was a smaller account, I would post about like tips that people gave me, or now I'm kind of like to keep it cleaner. So I'll just talk about it happening. But I will say, like, on your pod, like, I got a lot of messages saying they were swingers, he was cheaty. Like, people have a lot of opinions and knowledge. So now that you ask that, like, I'm no longer in the like nitty gritty to post it, just because I'm so much more hyper aware of my reach, and like, I don't want to hurt her feelings, I don't want to, but like, I'm here to be part of the conversation. Like, they broke up. That's fucking crazy. Like, oh my God emoji. The thing is with me, Valeria, I love to talk about it behind the scenes. I don't even care about telling people. If anybody has tea, it's like, my actor friend just texted me. He's like, I have tea. I'm like, when are we meeting up? Like, if I can know for myself. And that's why you asked, like, for me, it's like, this is not about what do I put, like, I care. I want to know. I live it. I breathe it. I'm interested. And
my mother calls this a yachna. You know what a yachna means?
I'm totally a yachna. Yeah. Yeah, give it to me.
It's, no, but you see, I admire that. In a way, I kind of want to be a little bit more yachna myself, because I feel like...
Too serious?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like it's one of those things, like, you remember that episode of Friends where Rachel forces herself to smoke because, like, it's the cool thing at work?
That's me with pop culture.
Right. And I think that today, pop culture is like the cigarette. Like, if you come to work, if you work in an office, and you're not watching Love is Blind, and everyone in the fucking wherever people at work eat...
around the table.
Or I'm picturing them in like
in
that
little
kitchen,
room.
like in the room that they have maybe only at schools. But wherever the employees meet, people are saying, "Do you hear about this?" Da, da, da. I'm telling you, you're not in that world because you're a businesswoman and you don't work in an office with the hundreds of people. But, and by the way, you don't only even need to know the big stuff. I'm telling you, people are talking about like TikTok trends. Did you see that 17-year-old girl on fucking TikTok that flew to Tunis instead of Tunis? Did you see that?
Oh my God, it's 2 girls, no?
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what, Amanda?
Like,
I think
you need to know. You need to
I
be
just
in the
had
know.
a huge aha moment because I could never pinpoint why is specifically North Americans, okay, obsessed with pop culture. I couldn't figure it out, and you just nailed it.
What is it?
Because of like the common person when they aggregate, like come together at the workplace, whatever, this is their news. Like this is what you connect on.
Yeah, this is what you connect on.
And it's like an
It's the new
escapism.
cigarette. It's the new 80s cigarette.
Do you feel like they're the same in Europe? I feel like they're not
No,
the
they're
same.
so much cooler in fucking Europe.
They like don't care about
They don't
anything.
fucking care. They don't care. I know that in Israel they do care. They don't care because then I think in Israel it's like so much turmoil and so much shit that it's
But
like
it's
let's
also
talk about
such
something
a
else.
small. It's like a small town. It's like a village.
But they care about here, I think, also.
Oh, well, what's going on here?
Yeah. By the way, I care about what goes on there too.
I know everything.
Oh, you
That's
do?
the only thing. That's the only thing that I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on this side of the world, but I know what's going on that side of the world.
Shut up.
And I constantly call my girlfriends that I grew up with, and I'm just like, and they're part of the industry here and there. So I'm like, so I heard this, and and they're like, how do you even know?
No, so that's how my Israeli friends feel about me, because they're like, you literally interviewed Kim Kardashian. You're calling me about this like Big Brother
like, I know.
contestant, like that you're trying to find out about. Like, what is it wrong with you? Although my brain can become mush at times, and it is scary.
Yeah.
Right? When you're trying to remember something and you're like, ah! Or you started to do something and you stopped in the middle because you don't remember what you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, I can hold a lot of information.
And I'm sure you're a great. I mean, obviously, you have a podcast, a successful one, but it's a nice way to start a conversation when it's not around, like weather or something. Like, do you just sit down and be like, "Hey, did you know that Sean and Nina broke up?" Like, is that a conversation starter?
It is a conversation starter, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Well,
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I'm gonna look into that. But you touched on the fact that you are kind of more cautious now in the way you speak about topics because you understand your reach.
Yeah.
How do you combine that like unfiltered voice that you
Right.
have and that you're known for with also understanding that you're talking about people's personal business?
When my reach was smaller, I really didn't understand, right? And I would get in situations where I'd get like a message from the person I was talking about being like, could you please not like say that? And I feel
my
so bad.
God.
And I would be like, I'm so sorry, I'm deleting it. Like always tail between my legs, like, because I think it wasn't like I was doing this knowing, and I think I was always like, oh, I'm just talking to these people. Like, and then like I was saying before, you slowly realize like, no, anything you're saying, if it's not J-Lo, it's her publicist. If it's not her publicist, it's her makeup artist that follows you. If it's not her makeup artist, it's her assistant. Like, again, easy to fucking get to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy, this world. So I think it's like you see, you learn, and you also, as you're growing, realize like you wouldn't want people saying this about you. You know what I mean?
But does that not makes your business a little bit harder now?
Well, it's like yesterday I went on a whole tangent about Sean and Nina, like totally talking about it, being like, they're not what they seemed. On Instagram, they literally were this like perfect content making couple. And I was just saying, like, we believe it. Like, how am I here sitting with 2 kids being like, oh, they're so cute, they made reels together, you know? Like, I bought it, I was into it, and I was like, sometimes things aren't as they seem, and we buy it and we whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that it's okay to grow. Like, when I was way more bitchy when I was smaller and being like, she did this and she did that, or, you know, I'm happy to have grown from that. And and sometimes people get upset, like, you know, they'll be like, you don't talk about the Kardashians anymore because you had them all on and now you're only like nice to these people. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, does it not?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, do you work for your audience who
Right.
would want to continue hearing the shit?
No.
But then it kind of goes against your morals or your evolution as a person.
Right.
And that's a hard one to navigate.
By the way, you want to find people that talk shit about the Kardashians? There are many people that do. It's not going to be me.
I think that's the hardest thing for a lot of people in media to kind of figure out, because they start as one thing and they evolve, but the
Right.
audience doesn't let them evolve a lot of the time. So they either kind of disconnect from their, from who they are in order to feed that.
Yeah.
Or they kind of wrap up their careers in a way, like find a detour. That's what I see.
Yeah. I think it's like you make a decision, like, for me, it comes pretty quickly. There's like a filter, and it's like, what would I be okay with J-Lo's assistant hairstylist seeing if I said it? It comes down to like how I feel about a topic, how important it is to me to share my truth, and like, what am I saying here? If it's just like mocking somebody or speaking about them negatively, then I won't do it. If it's about like a deeper thing, then I can sometimes really get into it.
You see, you are comfortable though. Like even for you saying that you got a few messages of people being like, hey, can you please take it down? Like that you said about them. I would not sleep for a year.
Really?
Like it will
But
sit
now I'm
in
like
my
friendly
brain.
with those people. Like we like built a relationship
No,
out of it.
but I love it. But you know, it's better to ask for how do you call it, like forgiveness than permission in a way. You know, like that's kind of part of the business that you're in, where you're learning also where you can go
Right.
outside the line and where to stay
so
in.
that's why when you ask like how it evolved, it's like from things like
From
that.
those mistakes. What was?
From
Do you
mistakes.
have a memorable moment where you were like, I fucked up, and you just thought about it for so long, you couldn't get over it?
First of all, I have it like, you
You're
know,
like so
I
many.
seem cool, but I that I don't like care and I get over it. But I can spin about like the smallest thing, you know, after an interview, even being like, why did I say that? Or why did I harp on it? Or why did they felt uncomfortable. So I think I just now can read cues better. But I had this interview and I really wanted him to talk about his ex because his ex was really famous. And I really wanted him to like say her name, like talk about it. And I asked again, and then the third time he was like, not, like, in the way he said it, like, it was literally, that must say ibush, בעברית?
Yes.
Ibush. How do you say it in English? Like, just like, there's so many words in Hebrew that they don't have in
There's
English that are
no-
perfect. Like, when you're just like, it's
He
not
just kind of
embarrassed.
like,
It's not embarrassed. It's like worse than embarrassment. It's like somebody just made you feel like, this is so icky. And we need to come up with a word.
we need to come up with a word. I'm gonna think about it. But you just kind of like, oh, I'm so dumb. Like it makes you feel so uncomfortable.
Because so when I got, it was almost like a teacher kind of reprimanding you, his
Yes.
response. Like, this is the last time you're going to ask me. I'm pretty sure he even said that. And by the way, I'm super cool with him now. We're good. But in that moment, I was like, why did I have to? For what? For what? And I know because sometimes you get driven by this, like, get the tea, get the scoop. And I think that's another thing I've evolved from, which is like, I'm so much happier to have like a conversation where people get to know the guest and feel like they know them now and have seen different sides than getting like the headline of so-and-so talked about his ex and they are, you know, and you'll get the headline. And sometimes you'll get the dumbest headline or things that you didn't even think you'll get the headline. But, you know, those moments really kind of taught me to like follow my gut and not the like voice in my head that's like, no, get him to talk about her. Get him to talk about
this
her.
is a soundbite. This is a soundbite.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm usually not motivated by that, but I think it's like the devil that creeped in on me in that moment. And just his response made me shrivel and be like, I'm never going to ask about that. So my thing is like, I want to be so respectful of the guest.
Yeah.
I want them to feel so good that they want to come back, that they want their friends to come. Not that they feel like, oh my God, she tried to get something out of me that I didn't even want to share or that I now look stupid. Which is why like one of my, when I see interviews that are like that, like cringy, even red carpet ones where
Oh
you
my
see
God.
the person like wanting to die / kill the reporter, I'm like, I could never be that reporter. Like I
No.
would just
But I feel like those days are also kind of gone because now, you know, these celebrities or whatever public figures, they don't play that game anymore. Like they will stand up and be like, this is
Right.
dumb or I'm not answering
Right.
this. Where before
Right.
they were trying to play into it,
Well,
you
like
know?
Sydney Sweeney just had a moment where she was at a premiere for her new movie, which she's playing like a boxer. She got all buff for it, and somebody like asked her, "What about the American Eagle thing?" And you could just tell like the rage in her eyes. Like her eyes literally went like. And she looked at them and was like, I'm not here to talk about jeans. I'm here to talk about the movie. And I was like, I would literally like pass away. But what do you think she's going to say? Like, and that's like, I can't watch that. It makes me.
They hope that she's gonna be this politically correct doll, and then they can spin it into a whole other,
Right.
you know.
Just say something and they'll
Right.
get something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I could never.
I know.
I don't know how these
Reporters
people do it.
I know.
Who was your first like big guest? That was a big moment for you for the pod.
So it was Erin Foster. Do you know the Foster sisters?
Yes, I love
I know. And
them.
Erin was one of my first, like, she hates, because one time I did like celebrity and she goes, take that quotation marks off. I was like, no, not.
She's like, I earned that with that quotation.
Do not. But what was special about her is like she was one of the first people that like I remember followed me and I got excited and then we had talked and then I invited her on the pod and I was shooting in my 1-bedroom apartment and she came to my apartment and like came and I was like, and I remember I set up like snacks and I'm like, you're so dumb. Like who eats at a podcast? But it was really exciting for me because I was like a personal fan and loved like just everything about her. And today we're friends and I always remember that one because it was like a really big moment.
I feel like the firsts are always the best with a lot of, like you replay those moments in your head.
Yeah, because I remember like every moment. Like I remember how nervous I was. I remember meeting her downstairs. I remember putting out the dumbass plates in the Pellegrino. Like, what are you doing? The Pellegrino was a nice touch.
That's really considerate. I'm sure she looks back being like, this is so nice.
She's like, the soda water really made it all worth it. But yeah, those were like really special days because, you know, I feel like today people have like a bit of an easier start to things, right? Like TikTok and going viral. And like this was like a, you know,
You
started
worked
in
for that. It was
it's like a old school, like started in your basement, one bedroom, did your pod there, climbed
I
up.
often tell people, you know, if they're in content creation or media of any kind, it's like the beginning days are the best days where you're just like so clueless, but you still do it and you navigate those situations. You meet your first like big guest or you collaborate with somebody. That's where the magic is because as you go along, and that's my next question, like you become a little desensitized, right? That those butterflies, they don't come as often as they used to. So do you feel like you've lost a little bit of that? No, you're still super excited.
I think, and it's because like what I do is so specific and it comes from such a passion of mine, like that is, you know, caring about the entertainment world so much. So there's always going to be another guest that I'm shitting my pants that is going to come on the pod. You know what I mean? So I don't think that I will lose that because like there's always something like exciting, you know, to do.
Although you started this interview saying that there's a dull moment going on in pop culture right now.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you never know what's next, babe.
It's true.
You never know what's next. You never know. But really, like in this world, what I love is things come out of nowhere. So you can be having those dull weeks, right? And feel like,
what do you talk about when there's literally nothing to talk about? You?
No, I'm just kidding. I find something. But that's what I love about this industry is like you can have a moment and be here. And the next morning you can get an email that will change I won't say your life, could change your life, could change your week, could change your year, right?
Yeah.
Like you never know, which is the stressful part, but also the fun
part. The exciting part.
Because you can be like one day like, ugh, why am I not doing this or that or that? And then the next morning you get an offer to do something that is bigger than what you thought. Or a guest came in as a yes after a week of you not getting the one that you want, you know? So I feel like there are a lot of like those moments of, oh, little perk. Got a little pep in my step.
You've interviewed so many or sat for a conversation with so many big names. And I always think about meeting kind of my quote unquote heroes.
Yeah.
Because I would say 9 out of 10 times that it happened to me, it was a complete disappointment.
Really?
Yes. How is it working out for you?
Well, interesting you ask that because it's been working out for me really well.
So they like keep that status in your life after you meet them in person.
Right. That I'm like, oh my God, thank God. Like I love them so much and I still love them. But recently I actually booked a guest that I was super excited about. And personally, it was like a personal, like I'm not saying she's obviously like famous and people know her, but for me it was like a personal exciting thing because I was a huge fan growing up and I was about to fly to Vegas for her. Then I did fly to LA for her. She canceled on me the morning of the interview. And luckily I had another interview in LA, so I wasn't completely defeated. That was big, so I wasn't completely defeated. Then I got back here. She booked it again, canceled on the morning of, and did it a third time 2 days ago.
No.
So this is like the first time I've been like mega burned by somebody that I like fucking. Like, I'm talking like fan, like wanted my hair like her, dress like her, like when I was younger. So this was like such a personal
And you haven't
disappointment.
even met her yet. So
haven't
this
met
is
her.
just first impression from
know.
just trying to
Yeah.
get her in.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the world we live in with the media. It's like you can't really take it personally. But that's what I'm saying. When it's someone that has a personal connection to.
I am taking it personally,
Oh,
though.
do you have like a black book that you're just like a little notebook with like this person?
I was about to make TikTok my black book. That's how pissed I was. I was like, I'm going to take it to the fucking network. Like, I'm going to take it wide because I'm
Everyone
so
will know.
professional.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to guests and podcasts and booking, like, I'm always so, but this was like such a huge disrespect and 3 times and somebody I look up to. But I have to say, like, in terms of meeting people, like meeting the Kardashians after being a fan for years, like, they're so great and nice that, I mean, I'll forever, like, just be a fan. You know, Amy Schumer was a big one, and she was amazing. Like, I do feel like everybody that I've met, because I feel like mostly, I guess, like I was a fan of the right people. You know what I mean? And sometimes they're not. Lena Dunham was just on. She was my. We were talking about it.
Oh, that's amazing.
That was my. You could see me. I was just like, like just geeking. Because again, personal. Of course, the world loves her, but for me, it felt like.
It was a big moment.
It was such a fucking big moment, and she was even better than I thought. You know, because you never know. You never know who's going to walk in the room. What vibe? Are they going to hug you or are they going to shake your hand?
But it's also, how did they wake up? You know what I mean? There's so many factors that you have to think about.
Obviously, she didn't wake up good because she canceled 3 times in the morning.
Oh, no.
I know.
Tell me, do you have a dream person that you would want to sit down and chat with? Like right now?
Meghan Markle. And I'm trying.
I feel...
Well, you don't think it's
I
going
don't
to be
think
good?
anyone will top the interview that she had with
Jamie Lee something.
Yes, I'm sorry. Like, I don't think anyone can top that. That was just my favorite podcast episode of all time. It just kept on giving everything. And this is coming from a person who's not consuming anything.
Not consuming anything. That's wild. We need to talk about that. But I want to do better than that. I want to do better.
Okay.
I
think you need to take up the challenge.
I don't know if it's possible that I could break her, but I want to try.
You're doing something really exciting. You're doing a live show.
Yes.
Which is it your first time to do?
It is my first time.
Are you
excited, nervous, regretful, anticipating, all the things?
So when is it happening?
It's happening on October 22nd. It sold out like the day of super quickly. I was already thinking like, how do like artists cancel performances when they don't sell? Like they say they have COVID, like that.
Right.
I was already
like,
in
what's
my
gonna
head.
Be my excuse?
So I had imposter syndrome a little bit when it came to that, and then it was so exciting to see that people were so excited to come, and I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm just excited to like meet people and be together. I'm like, can we just like hang out? You know what I mean?
So how do you envision this? Because I'm always curious about like the live shows for podcasters, right? Are you like, I have no idea. I'm just gonna come out with the mic and
No, so I feel the same way. Like I felt the same way for many years. That's why I didn't do it, and I have a podcast for 100 years. You know, so it was always like, what? Because usually people don't want to just like interview on stage. I feel like that's not what it is. So it's going to be a mix of like, you know, personal fun stories, pop culture updates, and a few guests with like fun stuff, you know?
Oh my God.
Surprises.
Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge. Maybe it's going to unlock your next thing. Maybe you're going to do a world tour.
Well, yeah. After that happens, you know how it is. Like your team is like, okay, Minneapolis, Utah. And I'm like, whoa. And I'm so cautious about things and also because I'm a mom and you look at the travel and everything, but I'm like, let me do it. Let me see how I feel. And they're like, Amanda, people are going to be screaming your name. You're going to love it. Like, it's going to blow up your ego. Like, you're going to love it.
And it's going to get you one step closer to the Duchess.
Is it?
Yes. I'm telling you, there's a master
PR
plan.
list.
There you go. Oh, you got the tea, and what did you get?
I got the fucking tea. I got the fucking jam, and I got a note.
Is it amazing?
It is. I love the tea. I didn't open the jam yet. I'm like preserving the preserves. I know it's really weird. I'm like, I don't want to open it. I don't want to get like a peanut butter knife in it that I would probably do, like, and fuck it all up. So the teas I've been drinking, and I've also been, you know, when you plan on making like content and you write down an idea and you never do it. So ever since I got the flowers, I'm like, I need to like order McDonald's and like
And sprinkle some
and
Meghan
sprinkle
Markle
the Meghan
flowers.
flowers. Like, I need to, and I fucking don't do it.
You're being lazy. Again, there's no master plan. I'm trying to build a master plan as we speak to get Meghan
I know, I need to do it.
on your pod.
Right, because she'll be showed it. Right, it'll be a whole thing. Okay, I'll get on it.
What?
Fuck, I have to eat McDonald's today.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I need confessions. Are you ready?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what is a show you want to quit but can't?
Love Island. Oh, my God, I said it.
Wait, so
That's like social pressure. That's like everyone's like, if you don't watch, you're a fucking loser. And if you don't watch, you don't know these people. Like, and I'm watching it like episode 45, episode 46. Like, by the way, not
but are
just
you
me,
engaged?
People celebrated when it ended, for real. Not because people finally had their lives back and they weren't glued to the show that wasn't even good. And none of the couples stayed together.
But I don't understand. Is that
And
engaging?
now they all think they're like A-listers.
That I've seen on
Yeah.
TikTok.
They literally
One
think-
of them did like a meetup and there was like one person there.
Wait.
Do I know
You have
pop
the
culture
tea.
news?
You have the tea. Wait, one of the contestants did like a thing for fans and no one
Yes,
showed up?
There was one dude there. It was like a girl. I don't even know her name. All I saw,
Really?
there was just like TikToks all about it. I'm like,
Oh,
this is me sharing some.
I love
culture
it. I
news
love
for
the
you.
tea. Yeah, that I want to quit.
So if I never watched reality TV, that you're a newbie, you want to be part of the conversation, what reality TV would you advise people to start with?
Well, the thing is, I would say Vanderpump Rules, but it's like over. But that was my favorite. That was my OG. That was what got me into this world. Like, it was dirty and good, you know, like it was sex and cheating and like just everything you want. Everything you want.
I heard it from so many people.
The Vanderpump Rules
yes,
is shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
that it was such a like
and then
staple.
it ended. Well, not ended. It's going to come back with a new cast, but it's not going to be the same.
It's not going to be the same.
Now they have the Valley, which is pretty messy and still in the same vibe. So maybe I would do that.
Do you think all these people are actors?
No, because I meet them and they want to talk about what happened.
So what drives this? Like, you just want to be famous?
I think want to be famous and like they're so messy. This is all happening, and they just don't. Like I'm telling
like
you,
I might as well get paid for
like
this.
I might as well get paid for it. And I've met so many of them, and they live it. Like, no, they're not actors. No, it's not made up. Like, they might post something to get a little, but the drama is always there. And thank you for providing us with your messy life.
Wow. You know who was who I grew up on and sat and tried to find every little detail about their lives? המורדים.
Oh, I wasn't there for that.
You see?
Yeah.
בארץ, כל מה שגדלנו עליהם.
די.
כל הארגנטינאים.
זה
כאילו היה...
אני ראיתי בובה פראית. את זוכרת
כן,
בובה
גם
פראית?
בובה פראית, ברור. What's her name?
נטליה.
אוריירו.
Ay, ay, ay.
Those were my idols.
But yeah, we spoke Spanish. Like, I spoke Spanish.
That's why everyone speaks Spanish. No, it's insane. Every time I talk to
insane.
people and I tell them the story, my idols were these Argentinian pop
the
stars.
things we got there, like the fact that we were all obsessed with these Argentinian kids. No wonder I wanted to go to Argentina for no reason when I was in college.
They just did, fun fact, this huge
Sure.
concert.
Stop.
It was like a Coldplay concert. It was filled
Did you
with
go?
people. No,
Oh.
I saw from afar. No, it was like on that side of the world.
Booba
And I'm
Plate,
just
trying to
like,
remember
wow.
the opening titles.
Da na 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 na. Remember?
של שרית חדד, לא?
לא, אבל היא עשתה שיר בעברית כזה, אבל זה היה כאילו בספרדית.
כן, נכון.
You see,
Oh,
those
the
were
times.
so innocent.
Those were the days. The really niche. That nobody
Yeah, it
knows
was
about.
innocent. It was beautiful. It was very international. Amanda, thank you so
Thank you.
much
I'm
for
so glad
being
that we
here.
met. I love you.
Same.
Thank
Next
you for
time I'm gonna
having
be
me.
on time. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. We didn't even
being
get to talk
late.
about that. You're like on my hit list, like the guest. No,
I'm
just
gonna
kidding.
be thinking
Just
about it
kidding.
for the next month.
No,
but
stop. It's okay.
I adore you. Thank you for coming
you. I love
and for making me a dumb bitch, I guess. I appreciate it.
We got some dumb bitchness out of you today. Yay!
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't miss my newest episode right here. And if you're listening to the podcast on Apple or Spotify, please go and leave a review with your biggest takeaway. I love reading your thoughts. They inspire me. So if you have any suggestions for guests or topics, you can leave them in the comment section. And always remember, you are not alone.